Bills Mafia. Let's get right into it because there's a lot going on in Orchard Park. And as always, it's about one thing: getting better every single day to bring that Lombardi trophy home. This team is fine-tuning, adjusting, and finding every edge possible. And today, we've got a story that touches on both the challenges and the opportunities the Bills are facing as the regular season kicks off. But first, you already know what I'm going to ask. If you bleed red, white, and blue, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below. This channel is all about Bills Mafia, and together, we're building one of the best communities on YouTube. Now let's dive into what's happening. Training camp and preseason have not been the smoothest ride for Buffalo. Injuries have been a headline from start to finish. And while the regular season hasn't been affected just yet, plenty of guys have missed important reps. One of the biggest concerns? Kicker Tyler Bass. Since late July, Bass has been dealing with a pelvic injury that sidelined him for 8 straight practices and 2 preseason contests. He finally suited up in the preseason finale against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, going 2 for 2 on extra points and 3 for 4 on field goals. But let's not gloss over the fact that he missed from just 26 yards out. That's not what you want to see from your franchise kicker heading into Week 1. Now, Bass is already a legend in Buffalo's history books. He holds the longest field goal in team history, 61 yards against the Dolphins. He's made more 50-plus yard kicks than anyone else in franchise history. He's even got the single-season points record. But here's the thing. His career field goal percentage sits at 84.5%. That's solid, but not elite. And let's be honest, some of his misses have come at the worst possible times. Bills fans don't forget the wide right against the Chiefs in last year's playoffs. So what did Sean McDermott and Brandon Beane do? Exactly what they always do. Trust the process. They brought in emergency reinforcements. 3 veteran kickers, Eddie Pinheiro, Greg Joseph, and Zane Gonzalez, worked out for the Bills this week. Now let's break them down. Eddie Pinheiro. The 5-year vet is 111 for 126 in his career, good for an impressive 88.1%. He's bounced around Raiders, Bears, Panthers, Jets, but he's accurate and still has gas in the tank. Greg Joseph, another journeyman. He's gone 116 for 141 in his career, which puts him at about 82.3%. He's had stints with the Titans, Vikings, Giants, and most recently the 49ers, where he was in a heated camp battle. Joseph has a big leg, but struggles with consistency. Zane Gonzalez. Drafted by the Browns, Gonzalez has been around the league as well. He's connected on 96 of 120 field goals in his career, right around 80%. He's the least consistent of the 3, but still provides experience and depth. All 3 men have also worked out for the Dolphins, which adds another wrinkle, because if Miami feels Bass isn't 100%, they'd love nothing more than to swoop in and grab one of these guys before Buffalo can. So, is this a break glass in case of emergency situation? Probably. But it's also smart roster management. If Bass suffers a setback, the Bills won't be scrambling. They'll already know who's available, who's ready, and who fits best. But let's zoom out, because yes, kicker is important. But the Bills' story in 2025 isn't just about one player. It's about whether this is finally the year we break through. Fox Sports just reported that the Buffalo Bills are favored to win the Super Bowl this season. That's right. National media sees us as the team to beat. But you and I know that those predictions don't mean anything if Josh Allen and this roster don't deliver when it counts. The question on everyone's mind, can Josh Allen finally lead Buffalo to a Super Bowl? We've seen him dominate. We've seen him put the team on his back. He's the 2024 NFL MVP for a reason. But the playoffs are a different beast. Allen has gotten us close only to see Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs slam the door in the AFC Championship. Former Bills legend Thurman Thomas recently said Allen can not only take the Bills to the Super Bowl, but win 2 championships in Buffalo. And if anyone understands the weight of that prediction, it's Thomas, who played in 4 Super Bowls with the Bills, but never came away with a ring. And here's where it gets really interesting. History tells us that even the greatest quarterbacks can't do it alone. John Elway didn't win until Denver brought in Terrell Davis. Dan Marino never got that help, and he never got a ring. Right now, Josh Allen is at that crossroads. The Bills are betting big on guys like James Cook, hoping he can become to Allen what Davis was to Elway, a difference maker who takes pressure off the quarterback and forces defenses to respect every part of the field. Then there's the receiving corps. Rookie Keon Coleman, along with Josh Palmer and Khalil Shakir, are expected to step up in a big way. Chemistry with Allen is building, but when the lights are brightest in January, will they deliver? That's the million-dollar question. The offensive line is one of the best pass-blocking units in the NFL, giving Allen the time to work his magic. But again, it's about everyone pulling their weight. Allen might be the most talented quarterback this franchise has ever seen. Statistically, he's already there. But until he brings home a Lombardi, his greatness will always have an asterisk. That's the pressure he faces in 2025. Poyer's story with Buffalo has always been about grit and growth. From the time he arrived in 2017, he became a cornerstone of Sean McDermott's defense. He gave us consistency, leadership, toughness, and some unforgettable moments. Bills Mafia knows Jordan Poyer isn't just another player. He's family. But as we all saw, the NFL can be unforgiving. After the 2023 season, with age questions creeping in and salary cap challenges hanging over the team, Buffalo made the difficult decision to let him go. It stung. For fans, for Poyer himself, it was a gut punch. Fast forward to 2024, Poyer signs with the Dolphins. And listen, let's keep it real. That didn't go the way he hoped. He started 16 games, but the speed of the game started to catch up to him. He had struggles in coverage, and one of the most painful memories came right against us, the Buffalo Bills, in Week 9. You guys remember it well. The game was tight late in the fourth quarter, and Poyer committed that costly penalty on Keon Coleman. Not only did it hand the Bills the chance for a game-winning field goal, but it also left Coleman hurt with a wrist injury. That was a moment that stuck with both Poyer and Bills fans for the rest of the season. For Miami, it was just another mistake. For Poyer, that was personal. That was Buffalo. And now, here we are in 2025. Jordan Poyer is 35 years old. He spent the offseason without a team. No Dolphins deal, no big offers, just questions. Does he still have it? Can he still play? Or is his career over? And then came Wednesday. The Bills brought him back, not as a starter, not even as a backup, but on the practice squad. And what did Poyer say? He didn't pout. He didn't complain. Instead, he said this: I keep the receipts. I've got something to prove. I still love this game, and I still want to help this team win. That, Bills Mafia, is what makes this story special. Let's break this down from a football standpoint. Poyer isn't being asked to come in and start right away. He's not even promised a game day roster spot. But his presence in that locker room, it's priceless. Young guys like Cole Bishop, Damar Hamlin, even Taylor Rapp. These players are still developing, still learning how to become consistent NFL safeties. Who better to mentor them than Jordan Poyer, a guy who has played in over 100 games for Buffalo and knows McDermott's system inside and out. It's humbling for Poyer, no doubt. He admitted as much, saying that it's strange being on the look squad, watching the first and second team guys take reps. But at the same time, he's embracing it. He knows he's not the same player he was in 2021 when he was an All-Pro. But he's not done either. And let's be honest, this move also gives the Bills insurance. If injuries hit the safety room, you've got a veteran who knows the scheme, knows the expectations, and can step in immediately. That's not just depth, that's security. Now, what about the emotion of it? Let me tell you something. Poyer being back in Buffalo isn't just about X's and O's. It's about heart. He said it himself, "This is where my heart is. This is where home is. This is where I grew up in the game." For a player who felt tossed aside last year, to walk back into Orchard Park, put on those practice colors again, and feel the energy of Bills Mafia, that means something. And you better believe it fuels him. Number one, it adds leadership. On a roster full of young talent, especially on defense, Poyer provides wisdom and accountability. He doesn't need to be an every-down starter to change games. Sometimes the biggest plays happen Monday through Saturday in the film room, on the practice field, or in a quiet conversation with a rookie. Number 2. This could be one of those under-the-radar stories that pays off huge down the stretch. We've seen it before. A veteran comes back, doesn't play much early, but when the season gets long and injuries pile up, suddenly they're out there making a critical interception in December. Can't you just see it? Bills fans screaming as Jordan Poyer, back in blue and red, comes up with a game-sealing pick late in the season? That's the kind of script you couldn't write any better. And number 3, this is about legacy. Poyer didn't want his last memory in Buffalo to be walking out the door in 2023. He wanted one more shot, one more chance to finish on his terms, with his brothers, with his team, with his city. And now he's got that chance. So here we are. The regular season is about to begin. The injuries are a concern, especially to key guys like Bass. The roster depth moves, like bringing in kickers for workouts, show that McDermott is leaving nothing to chance. But the bigger story is this. The Bills aren't just trying to prove they're playoff contenders anymore. That ship sailed years ago. Now, they need to prove they're the best team in the AFC. They need to beat Kansas City. They need to beat Cincinnati. And ultimately, they need to bring home the first Super Bowl in franchise history. So, Bills Mafia, what do you think? Should we be worried about Tyler Bass's health going into Week 1? Or do you trust McDermott's due diligence with these workouts? And more importantly, is this finally the season Josh Allen leads Buffalo to the promised land? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this conversation is for you. And don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with your fellow Bills fans. We're in this together, and the journey is just beginning. One thing's for sure, the Bills are prepared for anything. Whether it's injury concerns at kicker or the pressure of Super Bowl expectations, this team is ready to fight. And if Allen and company rise to the challenge, 2025 might just be the year we make history. Go Bills!